1961 Ford Consul Deluxe. This one, as you can see, is finished in a lovely deep gloss black with a white roof and a red interior, which for me, I think is about as good as a combo as you're ever going to find on a Consul. It's gorgeous spec, that. Obviously being the Deluxe, gets a little chrome trims on the back and some interior upgrades over the standard car. This one in lovely condition, as you can see. We're going to start by having a look at the bodywork. We'll go right around that, put the camera underneath in a few spots. Then we'll have a look at the interior and then we'll get it fired up. So if we start on the driver's side, if we look down this side from the front corner, you can see it is nice and straight all the way down there. It's not super ripply or full of fill or anything like that. Front driver's wing, lovely and tidy on there. Obviously with it being a black car, it shows up every little imperfection really easy, but as you can see, we film these things in 4K. That front wing is lovely and tidy. Arch itself, nice and sharp all the way around, no sign of any corrosion coming through there. It's on these lovely steel wheels with the correct hubcaps and white wall tyres, which again, on a black car really makes a big difference. Got this nice stainless trim all the way down the side there. It's lovely and straight. Got your correct Ford badge there. There's a tiny little bit of pitting in that, but I'm being really picky with that. Going down the driver's side, got again a tiny little ding in the stainless trim there. Again, being very, very picky there. Going along the sill, there's a little bit of road dirt there. The car was used for a couple of shows in the last couple of weeks. But the sill itself, nice and straight all the way along. Driver's door, all nice and tidy along there. Around the glass. Nice, we've got a little bit of chrome peeled off on the piece of trim there. The rest of it is all good. Glass all the way along this side is nice and clear. Coming up the A-pillar, obviously you've got the chrome trim around the windows, which is lovely and clean. There's no sort of stone chips to worry about on that. And then you've got the visor, painted the same colour as the bonnet, the roof, sorry. Which is lovely and clean and tidy. Normally they're sort of peppered with stone chips on the edge, but actually this one's really good. Nice stainless fixings on it as well. The roof, really big, flat roof on these, so they normally do get the odd ding and dent, but as you can see, this one's lovely and smooth all the way across. Nothing to worry about there. Rear driver's door, again, lovely and tidy. It's got the odd little swirl here and there in the paint, which you'll see, especially on the flat surfaces. Obviously being an older black car, really good mop and polish would make a massive, massive difference to this thing. Rear arch on this side, again, nice and sharp all the way around. Got a little stone chip just at the back there. Just see that, but again, I am being very picky there. Another good wheel and tyre. And again, if we have a look up from this side, for being really picky, that driver's door wants a little bit of adjustment. It sits out ever so slightly. You can see that there. Easy enough to adjust on these things. Coming round onto the back, both tail lights, lovely and bright and clear. No cracks or any moisture in those. Those extra trims for the Deluxe. On the back again, breaking the black up, looks really good. Chrome on the bumper, very nice. And then underneath there, all nice and clean and tidy, as you can see. On the top of the boot lid, again, like I mentioned, the odd little swirl, but very, very good generally. No dents or anything like that. Nice around the key area. On the bottom of that rear screen, again, nice and tidy. I believe it was previously owned by one of the either the secretary or the chairman of the club. We'll have a look into that and confirm it. Around that screen, lovely and tidy, and that rear glass nice and clear. Coming round on the passenger side, again, if you look up this side, lovely and straight, you'll see these doors. The panel gaps are really, really good. Just wants a slight adjustment on that driver's door, like we were saying. Got a little bit of a mark here from what looks like a bird poo that's sat for a little while. But obviously, if you get the car polished, that will disappear with the rest of those swirls. Nice and sharp in that rear arch. All the stainless trim on this side, nice and tidy. Lovely and clean on the rear passenger door. On that sill again, nice and clean. It's not been rammed up any curves or jacked up incorrectly or anything like that. Around the keyhole on both sides is good. All the stainless trim on this side, nice and clean, as is the trim around the windows. You've got a little bit of pitting on this one piece here. It must be sort of the weaker ones of all the trim, because obviously it's peeling on the other side. Got a little bit of pitting on this one. Rest of them all good. Have another look at the roof from here. Like I say, lovely and straight. Camera will pick up any ripples or dents. And then again, like I said, chrome trim around the screen. Just lovely and clean. We'll have a proper look around there in a second. No marks to notice on that front wing. Again, the arch, sharp all the way around. Really nice and tidy. A little bit of chrome peeling on the hubcap if we're going to be picky. And then coming round onto the front. Headlights, side lights, all nice and clear. The grille is lovely and tidy. It does have a club badge on there as well, and you can see behind that it's got quite a muckle set of horns in there, which is a nice touch on a console. You can kind of get away with big horns, and obviously dice in the windscreen, you kind of got to have them, haven't you? No sign of any real stone chips or any corrosion coming through from them on the front end here. These seams on both sides are nice and clear. Underneath the bumper, that's all good as well. See, it's not dropping any fluid on the floor. And then up onto the bonnet. Lovely and straight, nice and clean. No real signs of any stone chips or anything like that. Like I said, there's the odd little swirl you see under our lights here, but they will polish out quite easily. Nice and clean along the bottom of the trim. Sometimes you've got to check along these because they will trap some moisture in there, but you can see that's all nice and tidy. On the bottom there. Same story on the driver's side. Nice all the way along there. Moving on to the interior now, again, black car with red interior. So good. Lovely and clean on that driver's door card. Painted section, all nice and tidy. All the chrome work is good. I took this down the road this morning just because you just would, wouldn't you? The seat's lovely and comfy. It's nice and firm. It hasn't collapsed or anything like that. All the beading around here is all very good. Now the Deluxe has again got a proper carpet set as opposed to the rubber mats, which this one has. And it has had a red leather wrap on the steering wheel, so easy enough to remove. If you want to remove that, it'll be a black, gloss black underneath. All the chrome work on the steering wheel, lovely and tidy. Headlining is nice and clean. These things always look dirty on the cameras, but you can see really good. We've got up close. This one shows 62,000 miles. I believe it's got quite a good service history with it, so if you check the description, we'll detail all that. On the top of the dash, lovely and tidy. It comes with the fuzzy dice, of course. It does have a later Goodman's head unit fitted in there. Again, another part of the Deluxe trim. You get the cigarette lighter and the coat hooks in the back. All that dash really nice and clean and tidy. We'll pull the bonnet while we're there. Into the rear. Again, lovely and clean on that door card. They're really nice and soft as well. They've not been dried out with any heat or anything like that. Rear bench, very good. Doesn't look like it's had any use at all, really. All the beading and everything's perfect. Really nice and firm. As is that parcel shelf, lovely and clean. Have another look at the headlining from here. Backs of the seats are good. They've not been sort of kicked or abused or anything like that. Into the boot, underside of the boot lid. Lovely and clean and tidy. It's even still got the original insulation on there as well, which is nice. Rubber mat, lovely and clean. See if we can get that lifted up in any spots. Again, it's got a bit of dirt and dust under there, which wants hoovering up, but other than that, lovely and clean and tidy. Mat's obviously been down for a long time. We've got your spare wheel in there with this lovely cover on it. Brace and a poster to go with the shows. And then in the box, we've got a few just sort of standard spares that you'd want to see. Lovely and clean in here, no sign of any corrosion coming through the inner wings. All the lip edge on the boot lid and everything, it's all nice and tidy. All the doors shut lovely as well. They don't need slammed, they just push shut. Nice and clean on that rear door card. All the door shuts nice and tidy. Like I said, this rear bench, really lovely condition. We've got 2 speakers on the parcel shelf to go with that stereo. On the top of the seats, nice and tidy. Quite often they can sort of fray on the corners here, but this one's really good. And then front passenger again, door card, lovely and soft. Really nice and clean. Carpet set's lovely. There's no funny smells in here, no sign of any trap moisture. A nice console badge there. And then the front bench, we can get rid of that and show you there. Lovely and clean and tidy. Like I say, really comfy, nice and firm. It's obviously been well cared for. Shut the door properly. And then we'll have some dodgy camera work while we lift this bonnet up. There we go. You got that 1700cc 4-cylinder manual. Lovely and clean and tidy in here. Doesn't look like it's been messed with or abused. Nice and clean around the inner wings. All this section nice and tidy. All your plaques and plates are all where they should be. Like I say, it's been parked here a little while, not dropping any fluid on the floor. We'll get it fired up. It starts on the button, this thing. Runs beautifully. Like I say, I did take it down the road. Really nice drive, this one. We'll give it a little bit of choke. Back that off a little bit, I think. There we go. See, manual column shift on these. Nothing nasty flying out the back. Nice and smooth at the front. So there you have it. Ford Consul Deluxe. If you've got any questions at all, please let us know.